Hey, it's Derek from the Sideshow Guys here. We did a video there a while ago about a Honda Talon, whether it needs a winch or not. I guess the vote was that I need a winch. Maybe not for the Honda, maybe to tow everybody else out or tow them home. So we listened to you guys, and we reached out to SuperATV, and they hooked us up with a discount on a winch. There's to be a video out before this one. You probably have seen that we picked up a winch, but we have this big hole here, but we got no way to mount a winch in there. So I'll do a little opening of the box again. The winch that we picked up. This here is the winch we got. It's a Black Ops SuperATV winch. Wireless remote on it. It's got a 50-foot synthetic rope on it. Wireless remote. It's also got the dash mounted control, aluminum fair lead, high performance motor, because you know with a Honda Talon you want a little high performance with you. Of course, we got some instructions here. We'll throw those aside. It did come with this mounting bracket, but I don't think it fits the Talon. We'll set it aside here. Got some styrofoam to get rid of. Of course, we got some red wires, black wires, yellow and blue. There's the switch for in the dash. Looks pretty nice. Some stainless steel hardware here. That must be to mount up the solenoid. Here's our solenoid box. We'll have to find a place to mount that. It's nice that it comes with the rubber bumper here if you wind the winch in too far. We got all our connectors here with the covers on them. Look pretty good. This must be the hardware to mount the winch up. You got the fair lead here, nice black one. Here's what I like the best, a wireless remote. You get out, grab the hook, start walking with it. You can wind it out, wind it in. For when you're hooking on them Yamahas, you can just get out, we'll take the winch to them, hook it on, and pull them on out. And of course, here's the 4,500 pound winch we got. SuperATV, got the black synthetic line on it. And we'll get set up here to see if we can do a little install video. And there's our SuperATV, the hook. The hook to save everybody else. This will probably get used a lot on other machines, but probably won't get used much for the Honda. So as I said, there's no way in here to mount one to the stock bumper. I think there is a mounting kit bracket you can buy from Honda. Again, it's got the Honda name on it. You know it's good, but I don't think it's too cheap. I do like the front of the machine here. I want something to protect the headlights and stuff. So we got another package here. We'll pull around here, get set up, and we'll show you what's in it. So I don't know if you can see in the background here, we got this great big box here. It's HMF. I know them from the ATV racing days. I had some HFM parts on my race quads in the past, so reached out to them to get a way to mount up this new winch. We'll open this up and see what we got inside here. Looks like it's packaged pretty good. There's what we're looking for right there. We got some stickers and hardware there. I think that's it in the box, other than some more packaging here. Oh, we got another piece there, I guess. There's the nice skid plate to go on the front of the bumper. Nice aluminum skid plate to go on the front. The HMF bumper. This bumper here is for the 2023-2024 Honda Talons. I did have an HMF on my 2019. The fit was really good on it. It's worked well, had no issues. So that's why I decided to reach out to them again and get another one. They do have a nice design. It's well built, well put together. The welds are nice on it. We'll get this unwrapped and we'll show you a bit closer look at it. Here it looks like we got all our hardware. We got some instructions. Looks like we got some HMF stickers. We'll put them on. Gain another 3 horsepower right there with those stickers probably. Of course, here's the bumper. Like I said, nice solid winch mount already built into the bumper. Couple bolts to bolt the bumper on, mount the winch in there. The skid plate goes down here. It's got really nice welds on it. The color match of the red is very good to the Honda. Of course, we got another sticker here. There's another 3 horsepower right there on the passenger side. So we'll get into removing the old one and see what it's going to take to get this one bolted in there and a winch mounted on it. Like I said, here's the skid plate. Bolts on the bottom here. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but there's one of those push pins down in here on this side. Another one on this side that we'll have to remove. There's a bolt here, 12mm socket. 2 more up here. Pull those off both sides. And I think that should free our bumper up. I don't think there's anything else, so we'll see if we'll remove those and whether that'll pull that off of there. This is what I use to pull those push pins out. And that's how they are, just the Honda push pins. Really easy to get out. So you should have 2 of these small bolts here for the bottom of the skid plate and the bumper. And then you got 4 of the longer ones to hold the upper bars of the bumper. You move all those there, 12mm socket. And that should allow me to pull the bumper off. There's the stock bumper, still a bit dirty. Guess I need to work on my cleaning skills, but we'll set that aside. No need for that anymore. Looks kind of funny without a bumper on there, but get a little bit of grass in here, we'll clean that out. And we will get set up to read the instructions here and see if we can get a winch mounted to this bumper. Of course, there's our new solenoid. Looks pretty good. We'll have to find a mounting place for that. I'll set that aside for now. There's our bolts and our push pins. Hardware here. Of course, there's our hook with our SuperATV lanyard for it. More hardware, we'll get into that in a bit. Of course, here's our winch in, winch out switch right here. Well, I guess it goes that way. Winch in, winch out. Plugs into the solenoid. SuperATV spare lead. Of course, we got the rubber bump stop. We winch it in too much. It's nice to have. And of course, what I like the best is the wireless remote. It's always nice to have. Of course, we got a couple other things there, but we'll get into some of that in a minute. We'll get the instructions out for the bumper and see how we can mount this winch to it. Dig into the instructions here for the HMF bumper. 2 nice stickers. We'll set those aside for now. Put them on later. Got the instructions here. This won't fit the 19 to 21. This is the 22 to 24 as so far. Show some pictures here of what all we got to do. Of course, it shows the bolts we just took out. Pretty straightforward. Looks like there's 2 pages of instructions. Shows all the mounting, all the bolts, everything. We'll have a good look at that. Make sure we got everything. There's all the hardware they give you. 4 spacers. I think that's for the top of the bumper. We got, should be 4 of these bolts, I think, too. 4 of them for the spacers. I think those are the 2 bottom bolts to replace the stock ones. These 4 here are for the skid plate. There's, you got another 4 nuts here and a lot of washers. So that's what we're working with. We'll figure out what we need for tools, and we sped this up a little bit. We're just mounting the winch to the bracket on the bumper, putting the bolts in here. You got 4 bolts hold the winch into place. We'll tighten them up with a socket. Use the impact to tighten them up a little more. Of course, we'll check and see how they're tight with a ratchet here real quick. Make sure they're all good to go. Flip it over here. We'll pull the lead out a little bit. Put it through the skid plate. Next, we'll have the bolts put into the skid plate here. It's a nice aluminum skid plate. Anodized black. We'll put the fair lead on here and put the 2 front bolts for the skid plate and the fair lead on. They're Allen bolts. The nice fit and finish on this. We'll tighten them up one at a time. This is where the washers were all used on all these bolts. On the back side for the nuts. We'll make sure the fair lead ones are tight. We'll move to the back here. Tighten up the back bolts on the skid plate as well. Make sure everything's lined up nice. Get them, make sure they're tight. And then we'll move on to our hook here. Make sure get our hook on there from when we have it hooked to other machines to tow them out. We'll open the winch up here and wind it back in by hand, lock it back in place. So we got our winch all mounted up here, all bolted in, skid plate all on here, ready for the install. We'll see how we make out with that. It's not a light bumper, that's for sure. Adding a bit of weight to keep the front end down. As we try and slide it in here, you'll see me reach down. I have to pull the plastic back to fit the end of the winch in. You'll see me do it on this side here. You're gonna kind of pull the tip the plastic out to get the motor of the winch in behind the plastic, because the winch sticks out more than the bumper there. The plastic's pretty forgiving. You pull it out, once it's popped in there, there's lots of room for the winch. It's no big deal. Now it's just a matter of lining it up and get the bottom bolts in place. Okay, we got the bumper mounted on there. We got the bottom bolts in, holding it. We got the top bolts to go in, which are these bolts here. Allen head. They go in and there's a space between the frame. You gotta put the spacer in there. We got the bumper all mounted up here. There's 1 bolt here, 2 bolts up here. We got them tightened up. In here's where these spacers go between the frame rails, both sides. That's where the spacers went. Nuts on the inside there. They're welded on. We still got to put our little bump stop on here. Haven't done that yet. I still got a few things to finish up, but it does look really nice. I do like the look of this bumper on here. Add some color to the front and protect things. She's looking good now. Okay, we're back out here for finish up this winch install. We got the bumper on here, as you can see. We got the winch installed here. You gotta come down around the back side here. We got to hook the wires up, start running the wires. We'll have to pull the hood off this so we can get in under the hood, figure out where we're mounting our solenoid. And we also got to install our switch. So everything's still in the box here. We got our wiring, our remote, our switch, solenoid box. So we gotta get installing some of this. So stay tuned and we'll get the hood off this and get rolling. Got 3 push pins there. We'll get in behind here hopefully. Last time I had mounted my solenoid in behind this bar here, and then this rubber flap will cover and keep some of the mud off it. So we'll get it to doing that in a minute here. See here, you can see we got the wires going on the winch. The wires go on up. They go on the back side of the frame rail here. I ran them on the back side of the frame here, underneath this frame rail. I got them all wound up there. And then they're all on my thing here. I still got to put the black covers over it. And I'm going to mount my solenoid right on here. I'm going to put the bolts through here. We've also got the wires under here. Up here is for the actual winch switch and the dash. I'll show you that in a second here. So here is where I put the winch switch in and out in the factory location there. So we got that all set up, ready to go. So we got the solenoid bolted in place. We'll start putting the front cover back on, put the hood on. We should be done. I do have to go to the back to the battery box and hook up the wire, because the Honda does pre-run the power wire here. It's taped up here for the easy install. And the ground wire, you have to run the ground wire now on the 23s, and I ran it along here. And right behind the headlight there's a grounding post here. It's got some other grounds on it. You can see that. You just run your black wire to that ground, and everything should work as it's supposed to. So we got it all wired up, working. We use the 12-volt source right here for the winch. We got it, our solenoid mounted up here, 2 bolts, one top and bottom, ready to go. We got to put our rubber, put this rubber flap back on here yet. We'll finish that up, put the hood on, and our winch is all installed and working. So that'll sum up our winch install video here, the Sideshow Guy's Garage. So this is Derek signing off for another video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like button, leave a comment if you got any comments about the install or any questions. I'll be sure to respond. I just want to say thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.